A stablecoin business, you don't need, but do you want a master account?
At a Fed master account? Yeah, we'd love a Fed master account. Then we get to skip the banks.
Hey, everybody. It's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. And that was the CEO of BitGo, Mike Belshi. Did you hear him? He is talking at the American Banker, and he's talking about how he can bypass the banks. The digital asset company BitGo is really making some big moves. We're going to hear the rest of that because you won't believe what he says about Ripple and XRP. And if you own XRP, you don't want to miss this. The market extremely unsettled with the global activity in the Middle East. I think just be ready for more volatility. You may remember this photograph from a Ripple event that was put on in Tokyo last year. I moderated this panel with a really great group of gals. This is Cha-Cha on the right. She is a manager at BitBank. This is one of the largest exchanges in Japan. They sell more XRP than any other exchange in Japan. Then in the middle, you find Moonchaser. She's my co-founder with Onami Press. And then with the red shoes is Maison. Maison had the most amazing XRPL event yesterday in Tokyo. I want to share some of those photographs and also a really quick clip because she is driving innovation on the ledger. It was a nice surprise to meet Kyle. He is the APAC ecosystem lead for FlareNetworks based in Korea, and he told me that he's going to be spending a little bit more time in Japan. I hadn't seen Edo Taro since 2019. It was really great to see him. And I found he has joined the Japan Flare community. After the event, they went to Tracy's place to go eat her famous California-style tacos and burritos. This is the Pink Cow in Akasaka. I know you've heard me talk about her. If you ever come into Tokyo, it's a kind of a must-place visit. And they were paying their bill with the digital asset XRP. This clip is really short, just 46 seconds. There's Cha-Cha and there's Moonkey. Moonkey is part of Vet's team on the XRP Cafe. So yeah, do enjoy. We know that the company Ripple has not yet indicated that it's ready to prioritize an IPO. However, we can speculate about what the Ripple ticker will be. And here are some suggestions in a poll that I put out just a couple of hours ago. A lot of votes, 899 so far. So I think we're going to get a very good indication of what people like. The ones that I put up are available in the US. I'm curious what you think. So the most popular of the ones that I posted is RPL. However, RIP, RIP, is turning out in the comments to be extremely popular. Let's go back to BitGo for a moment. And as I want to remind you that they did do a partnership with Doppler Finance. Doppler announced at the XRPL event in Tokyo that they are about to launch their vault for the RLUSD. This will allow people to earn yield right from their app. And the interesting thing is that they have broken down the deposit caps, both the RLUSD on Ethereum and the RLUSD on XRPL. I'm very curious what that actual percentage will be. On Uphold, you can get 5% on the RLUSD. And I found it interesting that they don't use a professional custody agent. The Vault for Uphold is an assisted self-custody solution. So it's interesting how everybody approaches this space for yield and see DeFi differently. And VivoPower, who signed a big deal with FlareNetworks to utilize XRP, well, I think it was just the beginning, because they have advanced even further with a $308 million direct NASDAQ spinoff of Carrot Digital, and they completed their first phase on Friday of a $60.5 million investment coming in to utilize that strategy. All right, I'm going to play the curated clip that I prepared for you. This is BitGo's CEO. He's talking about Ripple and XRP, and I want you to remember that this is why the digital asset needs spot ETFs, XRP-Fi, XRP treasury strategies, and more innovators and builders, because the USD stablecoins that take less conversions are eating up the payments world. Have a listen.
So if you go back in time in digital assets about 10 years, there's this company Ripple, you might have heard of them. They had originally decided they were going to try to tackle cross-border payments by use of their XRP token. And so the idea was that they would become the rails between banks, and then you would have a local on-ramp where you take dollars, convert it to XRP, zip it across the world, and then convert those XRP back to Mexican pesos or whatever. It turns out that's two conversions, right? And USD stablecoins are just better. So in fact, Ripple just launched a stablecoin, a US dollar-backed stablecoin. There's some talk in different countries about getting a euro-backed stablecoin. And in fact, there is one. EuroC, Circle has one. None of these have really taken off a lot yet. And I think it's because they're still just trying to get traction. But I do think we're going to see dollars become more of the rails across the world. I know there's a few countries that don't like dollars, but they'll probably get beaten into submission for it. So. Imagine as a retail user of this, you put your money into the stablecoin. It's one-to-one backed. There's an audit that comes out twice a month that shows that it's one-to-one backed. At the end of each month, some coins get airdropped into your digital account, which is your interest on that. And if you ever need to send it to anybody, you can send it to everybody. At the farmer's market, you can tap two phones together and pay the producer of the food. At the coffee shop, you can use the point-of-sale mechanism. It just works super simple. Peer-to-peer plus peer to intermediary. I mean, the great thing about peer-to-peer is that it covers everybody. You can go into retail to business, retail to retail, business to business. It all works, yeah.
And to take you out is another clip from Stacks. Yes, across multiple blockchains seamlessly. XRPL, Solana, and SWI. It's the first world-class cross-chain predictions market, and it's going to be amazing. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.